Hey viewer, hope you're doing well. We're in the year 2025 and I go by the name Sarah Yuma, the Oral Nutritionist. If you've not followed me on YouTube, please do so and support my channel. Today, I am privileged to have something called lentils. Not every day is supposed to eat beans. You should try other cereals that have more nutritional value than just beans. And lentils is one of those cereals. It has magnesium, it has zinc, it has iron, it has vitamin C. And I like cooking these lentils this way. I know everyone has their own cooking style, but this is mine. And I'm doing brown lentils. That's how the pre-cooked ones look. I have pre-cooked the lentils for like 30 minutes or so. I'm going to just fry them. Lentils can be eaten with rice or with chapati or even with roti, those Indian bread, and it will be a very sumptuous meal, filling and very nutritional. It will be very beneficial to you nutritionally. So what am I going to use and what am I not going to use in my lentil stew? I'm not going to use yogurt because yogurt is going to actually make the lentils not last longer. Anytime you add milk to anything, be it you're baking or you're cooking a stew, you should be ready to eat the stew all at once. And sometimes I like keeping mine in the plastic bags in the refrigerator. So I'm not going to use yogurt in my stew to thicken it. Instead, I'm going to use these spices just to add some value. Garlic, and this is onion spice. I'm going to also use some paprika, cumin, paprika. I'm going to use some curry powder. I'm going to use some oh, this is my all-time favorite. Those who watched my videos, they know. And I'll add any other spice of my choice. I'm also going to use a seasoning cube. Just one is enough. These are my spices in the quantities that I like. I'm going to use red onion. I'm going to use freshly ground garlic. Like how many pellets? Like 5 pellets, and ginger this size. Okay, this size on my finger. Then I'm going to use also the red tomatoes. I've cut 3 of them. So let's dive in directly into the cooking of this. In case you have any questions, please feel free to ask or even DM me. I'll appreciate. And please stay, watch this to the very end so that you can learn something new from my process, my cooking process. So that's my pan right there. I'm adding some 2 or so tablespoons of cooking oil. You can use any oil of your choice. So I'm going to just drop in the red onions. In case you have any other style that you usually use, you can also just type in my comment section so that we can keep learning from each other. So I'm going to saute the onions until they are brown, almost golden brown. This is my ground ginger and garlic. And also this, I'm going to cook them until the aroma is really inviting before adding in the tomatoes. So do you usually add your spices before tomatoes or after the tomatoes? I don't know. You can comment in the comment groups below so that you can keep learning from each other. And some people say that lentils are so they're not one of those hard cereal, so they don't need to be pre-cooked. But for me, I think they need to be pre-cooked. I believe in pre-cooking anything. I don't know which other cereal you know. Do you know about the peas and what have you? Which other cereal do you know? Oh, my kitchen is smelling nice. So for lentils, I usually pre-cook them a lot in my pressure cooker. I don't know if you have a pressure cooker. Me, I have one of the old pressure cookers. No? So I usually pre-cook my lentils and store in the freezer. I'm going to add in my spices in the onions. There's something that happens to your spices when you add them in the onions rather than adding them in the tomatoes or direct to the meal. The spices tend to cook well when you add them in the onions. That's a trick I learned from my grandmother, Margaret. So I've added in my spices. Wow, they smell so nice. I wish this video could also capture the smell. I'm going to add in my red tomatoes. Should not let your spices burn. So your tomatoes should cook until they're really mashed, so that you're not eating raw tomatoes. Because of this video's timer, I'm going to just drop in my lentils and then continue cooking even after closing the video. I'm going to add in some salt. The salt that I'm going to add in should not be a lot, because remember I've used the seasoning cube. So I'll continue cooking this until it's cooked. That's it from me. Thank you for watching this to the very end. Try this recipe and I can promise you that you are not going to regret it. Stay tuned for